Good morning. Let me turn that off. Good morning. Um, I'm going to give you verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. The phrase wherefore the law is holy points to the fact because it is God's revelation of himself. As we repeatedly stated, the law was designed by God for a particular and specific purpose, which it accomplished greatly so. The reason that Paul is having to do all of the explaining is because of two problems. One, Israel perverted the law, actually adding over 600 more laws of their own making. They tried to make salvation out of the law, which basically reduced Judaism to a mere ethical form, which in effect made it a little better than the religions of the world, etc. So, due to the manner in which the law had been perverted by Israel, Paul's explanation is necessary. Two, the problem with Israel is a problem with us all, and in that there is something in man which came about as a result of the fall that makes him believe he can actually live up to God's holy standards. In fact, most of the population of the world now, and in fact for all time, actually believe they live up to God's requirements. The truth is, they have made up their own moral code and, in fact, don't even live up to it. Nevertheless, they are deceived, even as Paul said, making themselves believe that they are correct. As we have already stated, this problem bleeds over into the hearts of Christians. We still like to think that we have contributed something towards whatever it is we are looking for respecting the Lord. The truth is, we have contributed nothing at any time before we were saved or after we were saved. The answer is simply faith in what Jesus has already done. The phrase, and the commandment holy and just and good, addresses the demands of God as given in the law. These demands are holy and because their parent these demands are holy, and because their parent, the law, is holy. 2, as well they are just, meaning righteous or right in their demands. 3, and last of all, they are good because they are right. The Holy Spirit, through the Apostle, goes into all of this explanation for the simple reason that man wants to blame God for his dilemma. In the garden, Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blaming the serpent. If we know the full story, the poor serpent probably blamed the devil, which we all do in one way or the other unless we are blaming God. The idea is that man does not want to take responsibility for himself, which in one sense the law has actually designed to force him to do. The idea is, Lord, you made me this way, so I'm not responsible. No, God did not make anyone the way they are, respecting sin, disobedience, and failure. They are that way as a result of their own actions. However, it is not so much that which man has done, but rather that which man refuses to do. In other words, man really cannot help what Adam did, even though he suffers the consequences. What he can help, and that for which God holds him accountable, is his refusal to accept God's atonement for the terrible dilemma in which he now finds himself. That atonement is Jesus Christ and what he did at Calvary and the resurrection.